Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come and run my mouth just for a quick second. Baby, I'm looking real skinny. It's the skinny for me. God, I look real skinny. Anyways, all right, so listen, let's get into the mess. All right, so Trey Songz. Trey Songz turns himself in for bowling beatdown, allegedly punched two people. So Trey Songz has voluntarily turned himself into NYC cops after allegedly punching two people a couple of months back. TMZ has learned. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ Trey Songz was busted at the end of November for the alleged incident. We're told he's accused of striking two people in the face while they were all at a bowling alley back in October, and one of the alleged victims was hospitalized. Trey turned himself in at an NYPD station a few weeks later, and we're told that he was booked, giving a desk appearance ticket for ASS AULT and released. As we previously reported, Trey allegedly punched a woman in the face while inside a bowling alley bathroom. The new info is there's a second alleged victim, a guy who claims Trey punched him in the eye. We're told he refused medical treatment. Still no word on a motive for the alleged beatdown. Trey's attorney, Mike Schuster, tells TMZ we've been proactively communicating with NY law enforcement, the DA, and all those involved. While we will respectfully and proactively work through the appropriate channels, we are confident that Trey will be fully cleared of any wrongdoing. Trey's a mess. Everybody ain't lying, child. Keke tried to tell us, Keke Palmer. Okay, Keke tried to tell us that Trey was aggressive and didn't know what the word no meant. Now I don't know. I don't. You know, one of my friends texted me and was like, "Girl, what was he trying to take something that didn't belong to him and that she didn't give him permission?" I don't think that was what it was with Keke and Trey. I just think that they were, from what I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that they were like basically hanging out one night. It was a group of people, you know, hanging out, drinking, having a good time, listening to music. And I think they wanted to start recording or something like that. And Keke was like, "No, like I'm just trying to chill tonight. Like, no, get that camera out my face." And one thing led to the next, and she started to feel uncomfortable. And that's pretty much what it was. So I think it was more so, girl, him being just not knowing boundaries, being aggressive, not knowing what no means. No means no, right? And then when you start to hear these other stories that follow suit, right? It's kind of like, oh, hey, 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 everybody ain't lying, but everybody is not lying. Everybody isn't lying on Trey Songz, right? And I think that sometimes what happens is we hear these stories, and people think that there's some type of, there's an agenda. There's an agenda to take down the black man. Girl, no, some of these, are menaces, okay? Some of these men, are a mess. And that's just what it is. Some of these men are a mess, y'all. I know it's hard to believe that, but girl, just because someone is cute and has a nice smile and got a six pack, don't mean that they're not capable of causing chaos and confusion. I think that's what happens when you are deemed an attractive man with a decent body, got a little bit of money. People then why would he need to cause all types of chaos and confusion? Because, girl, he probably knows he can get away with it. Because he knows that once I do what I do and say what I want to say to anyone, girl, I know, girl, the people are gonna run out in droves to protect my image and to protect me. Y'all know Trey is a mess. Now I guess it's up to those who really like. I really don't listen to Trey Songz like that. The last time I really was into Trey Songz was when he had that album. Like most of the singles he came out with were pretty much, I ain't gonna lie, they were pretty much bangers. Girl, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. You know, at the time, those songs were cute. But Trey Songz is not somebody who I just like listen to, girl, at all. So if Trey Songz stopped making albums, girl, I probably wouldn't even notice. Girl, if Trey Songz up and disappeared, I probably wouldn't even notice. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like, girl. It ain't like he Beyonce, girl, and Renaissance is on rotation. But when I tell you that Renaissance is wearing me out to this day, girl, we almost into 2023, girl, and Renaissance is still wearing me out. I'm not even lying to y'all. Most of the songs in my top 25 playlist, you know, like on Apple Music, it'll show you the top 25 songs that you've played. Girl, 12 of them are from Renaissance. That's how much I have been wearing that album out. The only ones that are not on my playlist is Cozy, I'm That Girl, and Plastic on the Sofa. Every other song on Renaissance is in my top 25 playlist. Girl! Anyways, y'all. Girl, I just want to let y'all know about Trey Songz, honey. That's y'all. Y'all do what y'all with that information. What you want to do with it? All right. So, girl, here we go. DaBaby, victorious in $6 million lawsuit. Girl, I know it sounds like I'm hating. Girl, let me just read it. Over Miami brawl. So, DaBaby and his legal team are celebrating a big W that's years in the making. Excuse me, he's come out on top of a battery lawsuit over a 2020 brawl. You'll recall DaBaby and crew were initially hit with allegations of beating and robbing a concert promoter named Kenneth Carey and his buddy. They claimed they lost personal items, including money and a cell phone, during a fight recorded by bystanders. As we reported, the fight was over a payment for a Miami event Carey put together and hired DaBaby to host. When the sides disagreed over dollar figures, it turned into a street brawl. Prosecutors had dropped a criminal battery charge against DaBaby, but he was still hit with a $6 million federal lawsuit over the incident. The trial wrapped up Monday with the jury finding in favor of the bop rapper. His attorney Drew Findings tells TMZ Hip Hop along with our client Jonathan Kirk, DaBaby. We're thrilled that the federal judge, after a 5-day trial, came to the same conclusion that we have maintained for almost 3 years, that these plaintiffs were attempting to use the legal system to shake down Mr. Kirk. Mr. Kirk deserves all the credit in the world for not caving into these plaintiffs' cash demands and having the confidence in the facts and his legal team to take this to a jury trial for a complete and total victory. I guess, girl. Girl, the reason why I'm rolling my okay, so listen. This song. Girl, the reason why I'm rolling my eyes because I know that DaBaby is hell on wheels, and y'all know that DaBaby is hell on wheels, and I feel like with DaBaby winning this lawsuit, that the people who support DaBaby are gonna use this as 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 a way to dissolve him from all the other shit that he's done. Girl, we know DaBaby is a fucking Dennis the Menace, right along with Tory Lanez. I don't know why we sit here playing this game. I mean, girl, he got his little $6 million. Now it's a little, now it's a little $6 million. Okay? Hey, Nas, helper. Girl, he got us little $6 million, girl. Whatever, girl. He's supposed to get from the people. God, I don't know, child. But girl, this does not dissolve DaBaby of any other shit that he's done. Don't forget that DaBaby threw his baby mama and his baby in the middle of the street, girl, at 3 o'clock in the morning. Remember when he threw Danny Lay and that baby out? Y'all don't remember that? Remember when he beat that lady up? He slapped that black lady at the concert? Remember when he threw that hotel employee against the wall? DaBaby is a mess, okay? But anyways, girl, he won that little one lawsuit. Girl, whatever. Girl, whatever. Can I say something about GloRilla? GloRilla, baby, this is So we already talked about GloRilla, and she was wanting to hire a personal assistant for $550 a week. Um, she received some backlash. There were people. Everybody had their opinion. Everybody had their opinion. Some people felt like even though it was only $550, that the opportunity that comes with it could outweigh that $550 that she was wanting to pay this personal assistant. I was like, girl, $550, girl. I already said what I had to say about that, and then she came back, and this is what made me feel like I was right in what I said, because she said one more thing. The pay must have went up from last year, because when I was working at Amazon, I was making $550 in a week, 40 hours slaving. I might need to work wherever y'all rich asses work at. They scratched out that. I guess she said a cuss word. I don't know. So it kind of made me believe that, girl, even you in your head know that $550 isn't a lot, and you consider that slave wage. So if you consider $550 slave wage, then why are you trying to pay somebody $550, right? When you probably could pay them a little bit more. And also, I'm getting ahead of myself. You could probably pay them a little bit more. If your ass wasn't out here buying Cardi B that expensive ass watch and popping bottles and buying chains or whatever, girl, you probably could have had a decent budget that could go towards your personal assistant. So she comes back out the other day. GloRilla, we're not doing this. People would rather work 10 to 12-hour shifts at a 10, I'm sorry, let me start over. People would rather work long 10 to 12-hour shifts at a billion-dollar company, working 10 times harder on your feet all day, paying the same amount as me, maybe $100 or $200 more, but y'all so pro support black business. We got to do better. Baby. One thing we not gonna do, I'm sorry, y'all. We not the GloRilla, you're not going to pull the support black business card. That's what you're not gonna do. You know what irritates me the most with this whole situation? I think it was Mia C. I forgot who said it. Was somebody in the comment section. I think it was Mia. She said GloRilla really could have just come out and said, "Listen, this is all I can afford to pay at this time." And I forgot exactly what she said, but basically she could have just said, "Girl, this is all I can afford to pay at this time. I'm adding this part. Girl, this is all I can afford to pay at this time. Once I get into a better financial situation, I can afford to go up, on the salary. I'm an up and coming artist, and this is what I have to work with." Girl, but I know that we have to put up these fronts of, girl, everybody being so rich and wealthy, right? That we really don't want to let nobody know that, girl, we really ain't got it. We really ain't got it, right? Instead of just coming out and telling the truth. Girl, just say, I don't have it right now, and this is all I can afford to pay. I think that what GloRilla messed up at was when she tried to justify paying only $550 a week when she made $550 a week and she considered it a slave wage. When all she had to say, just like Mia said, girl, this is all I can afford to pay right now. I'm an up and coming artist. And people who are up and coming artists know, right? But girl, you out here buying Cardi B watches, or whoever bought it. You, the record label, popping bottles, buying chains. You should have been using that money to go towards your assistant budget. Because what's going to happen is you want someone who wants to come and work for you that's going to treat you like they're an assistant to Beyonce. But you're not paying them a wage that Beyonce is probably paying her assistant. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, you want to throw out $550, you're going to get a $550 assistant. And you would think that I've never been a personal assistant before, but girl, you would think that someone who is a part of your operation and a part of your day-to-day movement, that you would want to make sure that you're paying this person a decent wage because they're playing a very important part in your career. But you just want to come up with excuses on why 550, why you going to pay this person 550, even though you said 550 was like was slaving. And this person more than likely won't have a set schedule. right? They're probably going to be working, I don't know how many days a week on call. When you go, they go. We're not pulling the support black business. Because if you care that much about black people, girl, I'm sure there's probably a black person that's probably gonna get the job. I don't know. Girl, you wouldn't be trying to have some black person come work for you for pennies on a motherfucking dollar. Okay? Girl, at the very least, girl, you should be starting out paying your assistant at least $5,000 a week. Bitch, Roland Ray. Girl, Roland Ray, speaking of, Roland Ray, girl, if Roland Ray is willing to pay, hold up. I just saw this too. I swear I saw this somewhere. Where is this at? I thought I saved it. Roland Ray. This is Roland Ray. Looking for an assistant. Girl, pay is $1,500 a week. Girl, ooh, girl. Pay is $1,500. He put as in week. Not including food. Whatever I eat is what I eat, unless we on lunch, dinner, date. That's including you. So he makes it say, if I go out to eat and you with me, I got you. But girl, outside of that, you got your own food. Must be over 21 with girl. I want you to stop writing a girl as in like okay? Driver's license and no prior conviction. Oh girl. Okay, girl. I'm not gonna read this. We know Roland Ray ain't okay. But girl, the point of the matter is, girl, if Roland Ray is out here trying to pay the people $1,500 a week, then there is no reason why you should have someone like Summer Walker and GloRilla out here trying to pay somebody $550 a week or $2,000 a month. To me, $1,500 a week, that's a cute little starting point, right? For someone to be your personal assistant. And then once you start to get in a better financial position, GloRilla, then the rate can increase. But again, like I said earlier, girl, and I said this in a previous video too, girl, you're gonna get someone, girl, you're gonna get a $550 a week assistant. You're gonna be expecting someone to come in there and be this professional person who can take care of business and has great organizational skills and time management skills, and honey, they're gonna be a hot ass mess. You get what you pay for. Okay? And again, if you should have been, instead of buying Cardi B watches or a watch, wherever that watch came from, that should have been money going towards your budget to make sure that, girl, part of your operation is run correctly. But y'all be worried about the wrong goddamn thing. Anyway, Shah, moving on. Girl, listen to this. I want to be a rich white woman so bad because I be want to know how y'all mind work sometimes. Because, girl, y'all be doing shit that I don't be understanding. I be wanting to understand it. Okay, so Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Jen Shah asks judge to sentence her to no more than 3 years after pleading guilty to fraud. So Jen Shah asks, okay, hold up. So Jen Shah is requesting a lighter sentence. This is according to Baller Alert. The reality star pleaded guilty in July of 2022 to wire fraud in connection to telemarketing and conspiracy to commit money laundering. The TV personality has asked the judge for a 3-year sentence instead of the advisory sentencing of 11 to 14 years in prison. Shah was arrested on camera in an episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City after Homeland Security pulled up at the parking lot before the ladies' bus departed. Shah was not on the bus, exiting minutes before the police showed up. Along with her guilty plea, Shah agreed to forfeit $6 million and pay $9 million restitution. However, counterfeit products have made it difficult to know how much she owes and her net worth. The products may bring down the amount of what she owes, given that she doesn't have the money or are authentic products. Shah submitted a reduction sentence request claiming that one of her sons is having nightmares about the day. The Shah star initially faced 30 years, but after taking the plea, she faces 11 to 14 years. Now her lawyers are asking for a maximum 3-year sentence. She is expected to be sentenced in January. Bitch, how do you go to court? Girl, how do you ask the judge, girl, listen, girl, I know a bitch fucked up, and I know I was really supposed to be doing about 30 years, but since I pled guilty, girl, y'all, they said that I could do about 11 to 14, but girl, all I really can do is 3, girl. Do you think you can give me about 3? Quiet as this cup, I really just want to do a little bit of community service, but you know, the max, because I know I was out here getting over these people, girl, the max I want to do is like 3 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, white women, girl, bitch, I said to be a white woman, bitch. Hi, my name is Susan. Girl, my name is Susan. Girl, my name is Susan, okay? And I was out here defrauding people and stealing money, Judge. And I know that you could give me 30 years, but instead of those 30 years, I'm going to plead guilty. And they said I could take 11 to 14, but instead of that 11 to 14, I'll just do about 3. Is that all right? The fuck? Oh, God, I want to be a white woman. Bitch, white women be having nerve. I know Jen ain't white, she ain't black. Okay, but girl, when I tell you, baby, white women be having nerve. Bitch, how you go out here steal from people and then tell the judge, girl, I want to do 3 years. That's all I got. All I got is 3 years. And my son is having nightmares. Well, bitch, you better go put your son in some therapy because, bitch, as far as I'm concerned, bitch, you gonna be gone. Bitch. Bitch, I said Jen, bitch. Jen is a mess. Jen said all I got is 3. How much you got? All I got is 3 years, sir. That's all I can do. All I can do is 3 years. That's it. Ooh, girl, a mess. All right, y'all, I'm gone. I'll be back later. We got some more stuff to talk about. Bye, y'all.